Right, it's been a while from we've had a video up. Obviously the British bird nesting season has came to a close a long time ago. That's why it's been a long while, we'll say, since we've put up our last video. But we're not just about British wild birds, we're also a bird channel in general. So what we were going to show you today is some of our budgies. So we've been breeding budgies for a few years now. We've recently started to exhibit them in the shows. So just a wee video for the channel. We might continue with it depending on how popular it is. But it's been too long from we've had a video up. So I thought we would just show you some of our breeding birds. So I'll start off by showing you some of the birds in the flight. There isn't a lot in the flight at the minute. Got a few in the breeding cages, but we keep them in the flight obviously when they're not breeding to keep them fit and active and hopefully get them into decent breeding condition. So we've got a violet hen there who we have bred from before. She'll get a breeding cage again soon. We've got a cobalt, I would say a cobalt, clearwing cockbird. He was actually a pet in the house, but I brought him out here, give him a bit more space and so he can fly about with other birds. Another, what I think's a violet opaline hen, hoping to get her in a breeding cage soon. She's done quite well at the shows for us. We've got an old man there, a sky blue spangle. He is about 4 years old. He's bred us some birds, but he's a retired breeder now, so he's just in there to enjoy life. A cinnamon grey-green hen towards the wall there, and a sky blue cock. He's got a really nice head, as you can see, a nice big fluffy forehead on him. Just unfortunately that he's not the most productive in the breeding cage. He's a bit shy. Cinnamon green hen bird up the back left, and this is a young bird. She's nowhere near old enough to breed yet. She's still molting out into her adult plumage, this sky blue here. But she's showing plenty of promise. So start off in the first breeding cage. We've got a cinnamon grey cockbird and a sky blue opaline hen. They're getting on nice. They've got a few eggs in here, I'll show you. Three eggs at the minute. The first egg I've had to take away because it was unfortunately infertile. I'm just hoping that the rest will be fertile. So this is the second pair, breeding cage number 2. We've got a grey-green cock and a sky blue opaline hen. Hopeful that this pair will keep up the great work that they've been doing so far, because they have managed to hatch 5. I'll just give you a wee look at that just now. There you are. I don't want to go poking and prodding in there too much, but you can see the various sizes. there's actually, as I say, there's actually 5 of them in there. Some of them quite young. In fact, one of them just hatched today. This being November 20th. So they're all doing great. And this series I meant to mention will be a weekly update, so you'll be well kept up to date with things, how the chicks are progressing, how the pairs are getting on, eggs being laid, fertile, all that sort of good stuff. So I'll get these guys back and I'll show you another cage. So cage number 4, we're skipping cage number 3 because that's actually empty at the minute, so we don't have any birds in there. So we've got Dad, who is a normal grey, nice stylish bird, and Mum, who is another opaline sky blue, as you can see. And these guys are actually doing a foster job and doing a really good job at that. They have 2 chicks from nest box 2 that had the 5, because she actually had 7 which hatched, but I fostered 2 out just to lighten the workload. So fostered them to this pair, and they also have a chick that's been fostered in from the other bird room, which you'll see in a future video. So I'll give you a little look at these guys, who are a little bit older than the last bunch that I showed you. As you can see, quite a significant difference. You can see the oldest one there starting to feather up. The ends of the feathers are just coming through the quills. They're all cuddled up there nice and warm. So I'll not disturb them, I'll just put them back and we'll move on to the next cage. So this is pair number 4, which are in the 5th breeding cage. From left to right, we've got the hen bird there. She is I think she's a cobalt cinnamon spangle. And the cockbird, which is a sky blue opaline spangle. A really nice set of birds. Apart from the cockbird, as you've probably noticed, just will not grow a tail. I think he's got a wee feather cyst, but it doesn't affect him, other than it's just cosmetic, so not taken away for how nice a bird he actually is. And this pair have had 4 eggs. The first one was infertile, so I've removed that for the nest, and they now have 3, which the first 2 are fertile, so I'm hoping that the 3rd one will be. There's no reason why it shouldn't. She's still laying as well, so I'm hoping to get a bigger round, but I'll take 3 fertile eggs any day. So that's looking good. I'll get them back and let her get back sitting on them. Right, so this is the 5th pair in breeding cage 6. Another grey-green cockbird, and we have I think it's a cobalt cinnamon opaline hen. And you can see just how much of a state she's in. That's just due to the feeding of the youngster that she's got in her nest box. She is in a right state, but just shows that she's doing a really good job. All that will clean up as the chick gets older and starts feeding itself. She'll clean all that off and she'll look a lot better. But she's doing a really good job, and I'll just give you a little look at the chick that these guys are feeding at the minute. So this is the oldest chick that we've got in the breeding cages at the minute. As you can see, he's well on his way to feathering up. Hello. up and give you a closer look. He's going to be a light green. You can see that vivid colour coming through there. Doing really well. She did have 3 youngsters in the nest box, but unfortunately two of them died. So he is basically getting spoiled. So there's no reason why he shouldn't be happy and healthy, which he is. So I'll put him back and I'll move on to the final pair that we've got to show you today. So the final pair we've got to show you in the last cage, which is cage number 7. We've got a grey cockbird who's just sitting there quite happy, and he is with a sky blue hen. I'll just give you a look, and she is sitting on 4 eggs at the minute. That's a dedicated mother, that for you. No wanting to leave her nest, I like that. I know you can't really get a good look at her, but I'm not wanting to disturb her, so I'll just put her back. Oh, you can see one of her eggs there, just at the edge. I'll stick her back. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. Again, something just a bit different, because there's not much happening in the British bird scene. So as I say, hopefully we can continue this if we get you guys basically enjoying it. I'll have another video up in a week's time updating you with the pairs and the chicks and the eggs and all the good news or bad news that goes along with it. Hopefully more good news than bad news, but when you're keeping livestock, you're never too far away from having problems. Well, let's just hope we can keep them to a minimal. So I'll end the video at that. As I say, hope you guys enjoyed it. Got a good look at the birds. If you've got any questions, leave a comment and let us know what you think. Thanks.